afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Last Year Today. I am Sam Summers, and I have a great show planned for you. Introducing Mrs. Jing Ping. Thank you for coming. Please sit down. On behalf of everyone here, I'd just like to thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yes, I am.
Did you have a nice flight over?
I did not. It was through American Airlines, so it was terrible.
No comment. Okay. Are you liking New York?
Yes, I'm liking New York.
You like New York? Cool. That's good. All right, so let's move on to China. So, I think my first question will be, how is your nation handling corruption?
It's doing okay, you know, like, the corruption got kind of corrupt after Mao Zedong, but it's not doing too bad. I mean, yeah.
While we're talking about Mao Zedong, can you tell me a little bit about your methods of population control?
Well, while Mao Zedong was while he was ruling, he wanted the population to increase so that to fuel the economy, but it turns out that wasn't such a good idea. So we ended up with overpopulation, and the population increased from 540 to 940 million, and so we needed to control the population. So we believe the best method would be to have one child per family.
President Peng, do you honestly believe that one-child policy is a good idea?
Yes, I do believe it is a good idea to control our population. There have been certain issues, maybe some infanticides here and there, and maybe some children have started to go into labor, but we want our children to stay in school, so we've decided to loosen the restrictions just a little bit so that parents who were only children can have more than one child.
Do you stay by your decision?
Yes, I do.
So, we were talking about Mao Zedong and the policy of the one-child policy. Do you think China is doing well in this communist nature?
I think it's doing very well. I believe communism is the best form of government, and that while having one party, we can implement change, unlike the West democracy where there's constant change in leaders, and doesn't allow much room for for the leaders to make actual change.
Do you feel the system will last much longer?
I believe so.
Well, thank you for joining us, and have a great day. Introducing my next guest, President Putin! Mr. President, it's an honor.
Thank you.
Please have a seat.
I will.
President Putin, I would just like to thank you on behalf of everyone here for taking time out of your day to join us.
It is an honor to be here.
How are you adapting to American time?
It is not well. I am old, I'm decrepit, I need my sleep. I should be asleep right now. It is what time? Nap time. Okay, it is nap time. It is sleep time. We should be asleep right now.
Anytime can be nap time, but that's your choice. So how was your flight?
It was really, really good. Southwest, they were so nice to me. I had the vodka.
We're just gonna skip it. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I had the vodka. I was a little off my edge. And
Jinping from China. I don't know if you're friends or not.
We are good friends.
She did not enjoy her flight, and she flew American Airlines.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I flew that airline. I mean, I don't even know this. Okay.
You know what? I think we should just start talking about...
Can I get a glass of water, please? Thank you, darling. Is this Queen on here? Oi! Oh, she's here. Sorry, darling. It's alright.
Unfortunately, we can not.
Okay.
How is Russia dealing with the sanctions placed on them by other countries?
Oh, don't even get me started. First, we can't take loans out of the EU. Next, they put freezes on the accounts of my high officials. I'm talking to you, Pastrasky. I don't want to hear that you can't go to Hawaii. I don't care. You stay in Russia for the rest of your life if I care. Ha! I mean, we're not doing well. The country would not survive with these sanctions.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
It was good to see you.
Introducing Her Royal Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II.
Are you? You brought me tea.
I want to thank you again, Your Majesty, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, honey. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You made me tea. This is awesome. I'm excited.
Great. So how was your flight? How are you adjusting?
It was a little bit of a rough flight. American Airlines, man. American Airlines.
You're not the first to say this.
Why not? No?
But then again, Pootiekins also was all like Southwest, and I was very confused.
He was on my flight, so I don't think so.
So he had a layover? He just picked you up on the way?
I guess so.
Tell me who you represent
Well,
as the Queen.
As the Queen of the United Kingdom, I represent Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and Great Britain.
His favorite.
Can't say, can I?
Moving on, why don't we talk about your politicians? What do they do on a regular day in Parliament?
In Parliament, they make laws, they debate the laws that they're about to make, and then they pass them. So they also probably argue quite a bit, but it's predominantly Conservative. David Cameron has recently been re-elected, so he is still quite present in Parliament.
My next question will be more about you being neutral and your family. So, what about the royal family members? How are they involved with the state, the environment, and other issues revolving?
My family and I must remain neutral when it comes to that. But we are seeing a little bit of a shift from my younger, my grandkids are definitely getting more involved with the public, and they're remaining definitely a lot less neutral than I was when I was younger. They're definitely getting involved with the environment and things of that nature, so they are definitely getting involved.
Do you feel comfortable with the way Parliament has arranged their laws regarding voting and the way they have voted the certain people that are in Parliament now? Are you comfortable with that situation?
Well, there's definitely, the younger generation really isn't involved in that, because they can register to vote until they're 16, but they can't actually vote until they're 18. And during the Scottish referendum quite recently, it was the first time that we've seen 16 and 17-year-olds out there and voting, and I definitely think it was an interesting thing to see because they were so supportive of the nation as a whole. Like, they were very, very supportive of staying in the UK, and I think that's very interesting to see. Clearly, the Conservative Party, they're the only ones who are really strongly keeping the 16 and 17-year-olds out of voting, but even other political parties, I don't think they know how to reach the younger audience and how to incorporate them. So I think that'll definitely be interesting to see.
So, including the younger audience, do you think the age should be higher, or do you think it should be lower?
I definitely think it'd be interesting. As I said, we've only seen them involved in government and politics only once or twice. So I definitely think it would have to be, more. What's the word there, love? Hold on. I definitely think that has to be more gradual. I definitely would like to see them involved, even if they don't vote, even just more involved within the government themselves.
I think we did a good job here. I think you supported your family and your people very well. And
I love my people.
I see that, and you love your tea.
I do. Such good tea. Good job, tea making. Proud of you.
So when you're done with that cup, I'm gonna ask
Do I have
you
to
leave.
skedoodle?
You're gonna have to ask you to leave.
Okay.
Only so I can talk to all three you.
Oh, I'll be back in a moment.
You'll be back.
Oh, I can't get up. So I'm very old. I am just.
All right. So we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll get the queen up.
Oh, I'm gonna get up.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Samantha Summers, and this is your last year's Today report for the weather, because I'm outside. Currently, it is 50 degrees outside, and I really should be doing the weather right now because I should be interviewing people from different countries. They're all jet-lagged and stuff, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Last Year Today. I've had 3 amazing guests, and now I'm going to put them all together and see what happens. Reintroducing Mrs. Jing Ping, Queen Elizabeth II, and President Putin!
Emma? Don't sit on my dress, Susan. It's more expensive than your entire country.
Only because you guys sanction us.
It's not our fault that you invaded Crimea, is it?
We did not invade Crimea. That is a Russian event.
I'd like to thank you all for joining me. What is your standpoint on same-sex marriage, Mrs. Ding Ding Ding?
country. And we believe that homosexuality is unnatural. If you go back to our Confucian values, it doesn't really fit in with the family structure.
I don't disagree with her entirely. We have laws that are instated that allow same-sex couples to have the sex and not to be persecuted while doing so.
Majesty, I'm sorry for your ears.
I haven't heard these laws in ages. Absolutely ages.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, but same-sex marriage and anti-discrimination laws, they just don't need to be put in place.
Of course. Are you alright?
Alright, how are you?
I think I just turned a little bit British there. My bad.
It's spread, much like the colonialization of 95% of the world's history.
Wow, I don't know how we went there, but can you tell me your opinion on same-sex marriage?
So same-sex marriage is allowed in all of the United Kingdom and the part of Ireland, okay? Except it's not allowed in Northern Ireland because they're a little less progressive than I am, and that's very difficult because I'm an 89-year-old woman.
Can you please tell me about your social mobility in China as a whole?
We don't have much social mobility. You know, it's kind of like with Russia. You're born a farmer, stay a farmer. Especially with the COPO system.
So there's basically no social mobility in our country. If you are farmer, if your parents are farmer, you stay farmer.
Your Majesty? Xing Ping. Do you have anything else to add?
Nothing else.
Nothing else. I finished my tea. I can answer your question.
So unfortunately, social mobility is very, very low. It's one of the lowest in the developed world, in the UK. But we're working to combat that with better education systems. But again, that's a different discussion. That will happen later.
So you're being very optimistic for your country.
I'm always optimistic. I'm the queen.
I wish some of the other people would be. Well, you see, if they would let me take them over.
Okay, colonization was not that bad, alright?
Continue our conversation about the education system.
Of course.
Would you like to start, Your Majesty?
Of course I would. So the education system in the UK is actually very similar to the one here in America. The only really big difference is that the grades are a bit different. The college there would be basically your high school, and the university there would basically be your college.
Good weekend, we're on to you.
Our education system is, it's very poor. Let's be honest here. The rural areas, very, very poor. Your education system is much like, the one-room schools, and the teachers are just terrible. And, in the cities it's better. You get to go, you get great education, you become part of politics, you be my friend, you set up right. But that's...
Can I ask a question? This isn't really my show, but I'm going to ask a question anyway.
Go ahead.
What if you don't go into politics? What do you do then?
You can be scientists and create you can be a scientist for maybe nuclear engineering.
So again, for politics, because you want to use it for warfare.
I never said that.
I believe
Deacon, would you like to add?
If you're from a poor background, then your school isn't so good. If you're from a upper class background, then your school is going to be great.
And I would like to take this time to get to know the real Pootykin, Your Majesty, and Bing Bing Ping. So,
have you learned her name yet?
we're just going to skip it.
I know your name, love.
Please. So, my next question for all of you, of course,
Yes.
is...
Wait, before we continue, I want to have tea. Can we get that on the next more spray?
Of course, thanks. What would you say is your favorite thing about your country?
Everything. My face is on absolutely everything. I love it. Look at that mug. Look, my face is on it. Look
a
at
little ostentatious, if you will.
It's amazing. I love me. I'm absolutely awesome. That and Doctor Who. That's really good as well.
I agree with that.
I'd say the favorite part of my country is that we're communists.
My favorite part of my country is the music, especially the Brodsky Brothers. They are famous Russian metal band.
And on that note, I'd like to thank you all for coming.
Yes.
I have to get off.
Thank you. You
Oh
need
my
help.
Thank you, Pootykin.
You are so welcome.
I really can't get up. My heels. You can put me and I'm not going to get up. I'm 80 now. I am so old. Sorry, I don't need to freaking... Yeah, I'm so old. I'm so old.
You're clapping for yourself. Thank you, Mother Dog. Clapping for yourself. Oh, we didn't discuss what we were doing!
Mrs. Singh, do you have any further questions or...
Question for me.
A glass of water would be very nice. Son of a bitch! Social mobility is very nothing.
Very nothing.
Very nothing.
You can tell his English is his first language. Well, then find out he's taking Russian.
Your Majesty, yes.
You're being sassy again.
First of all, you're being inappropriate.
I'm never inappropriate.
And second
I'm
of
the
all-
queen.